Hi everybody and welcome to another video from Evolve EdTech. My name is Tristan and I am a content creator here at Evolve EdTech. And welcome to another video as part of our series Google Slides, More Than Just a Slide Deck, where we show you some of the maybe lesser known features and functions of Google Slides to make sure that you know just what is available through this powerful tool. So today we're going to have a look at how you can actually link slides and you can actually provide, create a table of contents and make it really easy for students or people to move through slides without having to go back and forth. So I'm going to show you how to create a table of contents. So maybe we're creating a book, okay, a handbook or some kind of resource for students or our colleagues or our community to use or access, and how we can link and go back and forth. So I'm currently just on a Google slide deck that I have created. And I've got a blank slide to start us off with. So we might have a title page, a title slide, okay, that we have at the beginning. So I'm going to pretend that we've got one of those, and I'm going to create my table of contents. So I'm just going to go to something really simple, which is inserting a table. So I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to head down to my table, and I might put in, let's put in 2 columns and 3 rows. So I'm just going to put a couple of pages in here. So we can do a number of things here. Okay, we can definitely edit our table components as well. So maybe I want to center justify, and I want to make sure that everything's in the middle. I might change my size a little bit. I can change my font. I can bold. I can do all of these different things just like normal. So let's go here. So I'm going to say my first page, page 1. Okay, I'm just going to make these up as examples. Okay, page 2, example 2, page 3. I'm just going to put in and set up my table of contents first before I actually show you how to link them to other pages. Okay, so this is a really handy way if you want to provide some resources to your students, if you want to provide something to your colleagues or your community, and you want them to look at this slide, especially if they need to go back and forth. It's much easier for them to do this rather than having to go through every slide. I once purchased a resource of Teachers Pay Teachers when I was completing my Google Certified Educator Level 2, a resource to help me study. And it was a great resource. It was about 700 slides, except I couldn't complete it all at one time. So I had to complete it in, stages. The problem was that I would forget where I stopped my training when I went to bed of a night. And to get back to that space, especially when you're in 200 or 300 slides, it's a lot of scrolling. But if we had have just had some nice links in our table of contents to each section, it would have made my life so much easier when I was completing that particular course. So this is why I think it's a really great idea. If you're providing something to students or colleagues or your community, and you want them to be able to access it, you provide them with a table of contents. It's really simple to set up, and it's making their lives so much easier. Okay, so I've got my pages here. I've got a simple table of contents established. So what we can do now is I can do a couple of things. I could highlight and make this whole piece of text a link, or I could just go and make something specific, such as the name of the page, the link. So I'll show you both. So if we highlight the entire text here, all right, I'm going to head up the top here to the little link button, which is just up here. It's just to the right of our text formatting options. Okay, I'm going to insert my link. Now you see here that we've got a whole range of different things that we can choose from. So I want to link this to my Google Slides and each page in my Google Slide document here. So I'm going to go page 1 here. So it's going to be slide number 2. So I can do a number of things here. I can click next slide because I am on slide number 1 at the moment. So that's going to link it to slide number 2. Okay. Now you can see that the colors change to indicate that it is now a link. If you don't like that particular color, okay, remember you can come up here and you can format and you can change the color. So if you want to change it to a specific score color or something, you can do that as well. So now you will see that that entire piece of text there, okay, when we go into our presentation mode, will now be a link. Okay. As I mentioned, we can also go and we can also just link part of the text. So if we just highlight, for example, the example 2 part of this particular one, we head back up to insert link. Again, we're going to our next page because it's the next page in our document, and that will be our link. Okay. So now if we just head up to present, I'll show you how this works. So now if we click on our pink page 1 example, it's going to take us to page 1. Okay. And again, if we click on page 2, it's going to take us to the next page there as well. Now, I did notice a little problem, which I didn't pick up until just then. Now, with this particular one here, I clicked on next page. Okay. And the problem with clicking on next page is it was taking me to the same slide as the previous content link. So the way to get around this, okay, is maybe not click on next slide, but to actually pop in the number of the exact slide that we're looking at here. So I'm looking at slide 3. So I'm going to update that. If I head back to present and I click on example 2, it's now going to take me to slide number 3. Okay, so you can do a couple of things. Okay, you can just have a look at the prompts that are provided to you. So next slide is going to be the next slide after the slide you're working on. But my suggestion is that we always just pop in the slide and the specific slide that we're looking at linking. Okay, so there, that is really simple. Now, you would have noticed that one problem that we did face when we did go into our present mode and we did go to one of our slide pages, there's no way for us to get back unless we are right-clicking, left-clicking, moving through, okay? So one way that we could make this a little bit easier for our students is to perhaps provide them with some kind of back button or return to home or some kind of symbol that will allow our students to recognize that by clicking this, it will take them back to where they need to go. So maybe let's go and pop a shape in here. Let's go choose maybe this smiley face. So we're going to pop the smiley face in here. We're going to pop it, say, down here in the bottom right-hand corner. All right. Okay. And we can link that back to a particular slide. And in this case, we're going to go back to our first page, our home page, so that when our students are, when our students are working through or our colleagues are looking at this particular handbook or document, it's easy for them to move through this particular slides document. So I've gone to my page. Oh, there's my little image that tells me that we're going home. Bang, I'm back at my contents page or my home screen or my landing page, whatever you would like to call it. But it's really easy for our students to access. It's really easy for our colleagues to follow. And it's really simple for our community members to progress through if it's something that they need to access. So adding some contents, linking to other slides is a really great feature of Google Slides, okay? If you want to create a slide deck for students to work through themselves, okay, and there's activities, especially if you are learning from home, okay, maybe consider adding a contents page with links, adding some kind of back button or return to home, okay, so that we can make this resource more accessible for everybody. Because like I mentioned, that 700 slide document was fantastic, but when you need to work through it across multiple times, it's really hard for you to get to the spot that you finished off. So providing and breaking down into modules or sections or components, having a contents page that links to the start of that section will make it much easier for people to access. So it's a really simple but a really effective part of Google Slides. Linking to other slides, linking to other pages, creating a contents page that can make your Google Slides document more accessible. Well, that's another one of our little tips to show you that Google Slides is more than just a simple slide deck. There's a lot of other features that we can use and incorporate into Google Slides. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. My name is Tristan and I am a content creator here at Evolve EdTech. But just before we do head off today, I'd just love to remind you that if you haven't done so already, to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love it if you could come and be part of the Evolve EdTech community and inspire us to continue to share our love of EdTech with you and to help you become more competent and confident with using EdTech in the classroom. Also, if you haven't done so, please join us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We would love for you to be part of the Evolve EdTech family. So please go and find us on those social media platforms. We'd also love it if you went and checked out our website. Okay, our website is our one-stop spot where you can find all of our resources. Okay, so you can find our videos, our Jamboard templates. We have over 50 Jamboard templates. We've got a whole heap of Wayput collections, infographics. We've got some Google Keep headers if you're a Google Keep fan, some ebooks. We've got our Evolve EdTech podcast episodes, so many different things that you can access, and it's growing all the time. So please go out and check out the Evolve EdTech website, evolveedtech.com. Well, thank you so much for joining us for another video as part of our Google Slides, More Than Just a Slide Deck series. I am Tristan. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, stay safe, everybody.